Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'll be giving you a non-spoiler review of the horror fantasy Wolfman. Wolfman was directed by Lee Winnell, who also directed Insidious Chapter 3, Upgrade, and The Invisible Man. The main cast of this film includes Julia Garner as Charlotte, Christopher Abbott as Blake, who also appeared as the foreigner in one of my most recent spoiler reviews, Craven the Hunter, and Sam Yeager as Grady. The film takes place in San Francisco and Oregon. However, it was filmed in New Zealand. A family stay in a remote farmhouse and are attacked by what appears to be an animal. However, during the night that follows, Blake begins to transform into something unrecognisable. The things I enjoyed the most about this film is with the opening shot of ants killing a wasp in the forest in 1995, Central Oregon. We first meet Grady and his son Blake, and we find out his dad is quite strict, as Grady is even using 0700 as if they're in the military. They go into the forest for a hike and to hunt for deer. However, at one point we catch a brief glimpse of Wolfman in the scope of their rifles. They try and hide in a hunter's box within the forest, but it follows. Grady tells Blake that was a bear, although as soon as they return home, Grady contacts someone to tell them that he has seen it. We then get a time skip to present day, 30 years later. We find out later that Blake has become a writer, but is between jobs. He has a daughter called Ginger, and his wife, Charlotte, works as a journalist. Blake plays a game with his daughter, Ginger, where she can read his mind and says what he is thinking, which is a recurring thing throughout this film. Blake then receives a letter saying that his dad, Grady's death, has been made official. I also enjoy it when, after visiting Charlotte at her work, they decide they should go on a trip to his dad's old farmhouse in Oregon. When they get there, he meets an old friend of which he doesn't remember, who helps him find his old house. However, there is someone in the middle of the road, causing them to crash the rental truck. The family escape the accident while being hunted and chased by Wolfman, during which Blake gets scratched. They then reach the farmhouse, but they are followed. They decide to wait until the morning while Wolfman is outside. After some time, Blake starts to smell things differently, and a tooth falls out. He starts to get a thirst for things that he hadn't before, and his hearing improves, as he's able to hear a spider crawling upstairs. He starts to feel dizzy, so wants some air, and is attacked by the Wolfman through the bottom of the door. The part I loved after that was when Charlotte wounds Wolfman and Blake falls unconscious, waking up confused, especially after finding Charlotte and Ginger, and they can't understand what they are saying. Charlotte is trying to get help, and is saying that she's worried about Blake, and is telling Ginger he is sick. Then we get Charlotte's and Ginger's perspective, and he can't talk properly, and making sounds that are almost like grunting. He then begins to lose his hair, and we see how he is now seeing the world, which is some form of nocturnal vision. He then starts to attack his own arm that appears to have started to rot. Charlotte tries to escape using Grady's old car, and we start to see Blake walking slightly differently, and his features starting to change. And finally, the last parts I enjoyed are when Blake causes a distraction to help Charlotte and Ginger get back into the house. But when he returns, he almost attacks Charlotte and Ginger. Wolfman returns, and they have a fight. When Charlotte and Ginger then escape again, they end up in a barn, and a fully changed Blake follows. Charlotte tries to trap him. They then end up in the same hunter's box Blake was in as a child. The parts that could have improved it were that the first hour of this 1 hour 43 film seemed to drag, and they need to make it more obvious when Blake was bitten or scratched, as it looked like he'd been just injured by glass. And as there were two wolf men, they could have done more with them, being able to see both of them more in the film. For those reasons, and for reasons I can't give due to spoilers, I'll be giving this film a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming future content, and I'll see ya in my next video.
Okay. Are you okay? Look at me. Look at me. Charlotte, are you hurt? Are you hurt? Are you okay? Hey, we gotta get out of this thing. Hey, no. Don't move. Climb up through the window right there. You can do it.